I thought we were just gonna have a normal hangout today, and like everyone's popping in here. I'm like, who the hell are these people? Adam, I'm like, oh my god.
It's plain to see you're already nerding out on the meteorites. You couldn't even get the toast in, and you were already like 10 feet ahead, just like already talking about the rocks. I'm like, okay. But just wanted to wish you a 50th birthday, and got a few faces from the, blast from the past.
I'm really blown away by everyone that's in here. I'm a little bit nervous and off my game right now. So, cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I totally appreciate it.
It's about 32 ounces, so it's a perfect size. How you doing, Sean? I haven't seen you in 20 years.
Yeah, it's been forever. Geez. Doing good.
I wish I could go down where they still have some of the meteorites that were found, but up in Cleveland, in the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, they have a giant slice of it.
This is a really historic one too, 1860.
This is a piece of NWA 13855. It's I'm one of the main mast holders of it, along with Juan.
That had a lot of rust. Now I put it through my electrolysis tank and got it all derusted. It came out beautiful. Here's the piece right there. And now I've put this through the acid etch 2 times. I'll explain why.
This is a very beautiful Campo Di Cielo from Argentina. First discovered in like 1576 or something like that.
Wow.
About 7.5 kilos.
I'll set you back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And this is my 50th birthday present to myself. Wow.
All right.
10.2 kilo Campo Di Cielo.
Wow.
And I don't know if you remember that shrapnel that you had, but it was very rusty, and I cleaned it up a little bit, not perfect, but it still has the patina and a little bit of rust.
But this should look familiar.
Oh, wow. Is that Pungar?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
That's
from Roberto Vargas.
Can anyone name this meteorite?
Yes, but this is a Norton County, and it's got a number hand painted on it.
Wow.
And this one was specially selected by Topher for its fluorescence. And if like that, you can see the fluorescence.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Oh, boy. What?
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a meteorite.
No, it's not. It's NWA 12520. It's a LL6 impact melt breccia.
Right here. Let me get it. See, it's a huge armored chondrule.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's all kinds of chondrules in there.
There's no doubt about that one.
Yeah, there's some green. There's some green like chondrules. They're not quite chondrules. Maybe they're CAIs, but there's some cool color stuff in here. There's different lithographies.
And I have a couple of outreach meteorites that I use. This one is a Campo of 3.43 kilos, and has some regoliths, and then the really deep pits are where sulfites or something is weathered out of them.
So what I've done, Topher sent me a Gibeon, which is a very nice piece. It's nice and thick. You know, it's cut on two sides. And I have it sitting at 99% isopropyl right now, because what happened is, you know, I took it, I sanded the surface down by hand to a 3000 grit, got it nice and, you know, almost a mirror finish, a little uneven on the surface. And I etched it with ferrochloride, okay?
So now we're checking in on the weekly segment of the eBay Faker of the Week. You can pause your screen and take a snapshot of this guy, but I guarantee you any money you spend with him is not going to be spent on a meteorite. Let's take a look what he's trying to sell. This, as you can see, he is claiming is Seracho, which is a beautiful palisite from Kenya. I'm hearing some laughing. Pat, maybe you can tell us why you're laughing.
Not very close. In fact,
Mhm.
not very close at all. There's conchoidal fractures. It looks like a little hydrothermal quartz action, perhaps there.
And it fell actually on the side of a mountain, which made it a little bit harder to recover. $1843, baby.
Utrecht. That's a big piece of Utrecht.
Yes, it is. I am super, super proud and happy of this one. And what's nice is when you put them all together, same provenance.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no.
You guys talk about meteorites so much, I kept relighting a new candle.
Poor thing.
I actually have wax all over the ice cream.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, here's to another year of the Knowledge Bolide not missing a week.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Topher.
Happy birthday, Topher.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Please click the like button now to make the Knowledge Bolide channel visible to more people.
Let's do this. Let's do this right.
I cannot believe that. Hey, Sue.
Hey.
I thought we were just gonna have a normal hangout today, and like everyone's popping in here. I'm like, who the hell are these people? Adam. I'm like, oh my god.
I am like, are you free ticket, Adam?
Oh yeah.
And Sean Anderson too. Oh my god. For those that don't know, Free Ticket Adam is a buddy of mine that lived in Arizona. We've been friends for 20 some odd years. And when I worked at Insight, I would get free tickets to every sporting event in the world that I had no desire to go to. And he was my Free Ticket Adam. I always give him the free ticket and we go together and have a blast.
Later, I returned the favor a few times with the Coyotes, but not nearly as much as your Insight tickets.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh my god. I'm looking at it, I'm like, no way. I just saw his picture the other day online. That's it.
Yeah, we don't age well for 20 years. Huh?
No, it's Jesus. Yeah, you know, but you've changed more than I have.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dedicated family man now. That's awesome.
We'll see. We'll see how dedicated I am.
I am blown away by everyone that's in here. We've already started recording. I don't know how much of that I'll put in there, but it's fantastic to see everyone today on my 50th birthday. And welcome a bunch of new members to the Knowledge Bolide. I have to be professional today. Got a bunch of old-time friends joining us. I've been blown away by the love that I've received today. 22 countries were represented in their good wishes and happy birthdays to me today. I'm blown away. Algeria, Australia, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Chile, Croatia, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Morocco, the Netherlands, Poland, Portugal, Russia, South Africa, Spain, United Kingdom, and United States. So well done, guys. I really appreciate it.
Very nice.
And so I actually thought that today we would take time to make a little discussion about birthday falls, because we got a little birthday celebration going on in the background. You guys can't see everything there.
Mhm.
So let me try something real quick. I figured that I would start out today with a little bit of a game. So we're gonna play a game if I can get my windows to cooperate with me. Let me see here.
Does the game include drinking?
Yeah, we were gonna do a toast. I'll be
Oh.
right back. I'm gonna go bring him something to drink.
I have my Arizona iced tea.
You know,
Just
that's
spike that,
my
man.
beer is just now chilling in the fridge, so I gotta wait.
Hey, Sean Anderson, good to see you, bro.
Yay.
Can anyone name this meteorite?
Yes and no.
Oz,
Good answer.
you're blacklisted from this one. I already told you the answer.
I'm cheating, yeah.
Can anyone name this meteorite?
This is the one that you named, isn't it?
Nope.
Nope.
No, that's a drone shot of ice.
Yes, it is. It looks like
What I
it
thought
looks
too.
like it's NWA 5000, but it's really a shot of ice. Well, here's
Yeah.
another one.
That
for
looks
you.
like the deadliest catch.
Yeah, that's one of the Ansmet meteorites. You can't quite see it in this frame though. It only takes up 1 pixel.
We've looked at a lot of thin sections before. What type of meteorite am I?
That is a city in a jungle.
That's your garage floor.
Okay, you guys have figured me out. What type of features are we looking at of a meteorite? We're not. I just wanted to show you a little bit how eyes can be deceiving. Right here, we're looking at, as everyone's pointed out,
Yeah.
Antarctica. The other one is a city in Somalia. And then the other one, they are not,
Shadow cones.
thank you. They're not shatter cones. We're looking at mountains from
Yeah, it's a mountain range.
from China. So I thought that was a little bit of just fun and games that we could play for a little bit. I'm really blown away by everyone that's in here. I'm a little bit nervous and off my game right now. So cheers, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
I totally appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I'm off my game right now. I usually have a nice flow to these things, but I'm so taken back. And actually, with I have no idea why I'm nervous, but I.
Hey, Adam, you drinking out of a popcorn box?
Yeah, buddy. I asked for a cup, and this is what my kids gave me, so I can't. Plus,
Classic.
you know, it's about 32 ounces, so it's a perfect size. How you doing, Sean? I haven't seen you in 20 years.
Yeah, it's been forever. Geez. Doing good.
Because Sean and I we worked together at Insight for 10, 12 years. We worked together at Microage now for about 10, 12 years, well, 12 years. So, and then, yeah, so Sean and I went to a lot of sporting events, and Free Ticket Adam was there all the time with me. It was great. Back in the days when I was cool.
And I had free ticket Jim.
Yeah, Jim. I forgot about Jim. Big Jim.
Big Jim, yep.
Big Jim's married and everything now. I'm trying to find my camera so I can highlight it for you guys, but oh, this one, no wonder why. Okay, so I want to show you a little upgrade that I did.
Topher, read your chat.
Read my chat. I want to show you guys rum and coke waiting for me. Oh, nice. I'm into that. Want to show you a little upgrade I did. This is a very beautiful Campo Di Cielo from Argentina. First discovered in like 1576 or something like that. Well, this is the representation that I had in my collection until I went ahead and upgraded to this one here.
Wow.
Ooh.
About 7.5 kilos.
They'll set you back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And this is my 50th birthday present to myself.
Wow.
All right.
10.2 kilo Campo Di Cielo.
Wow.
Do those have metals in them, Topher?
I'm sorry?
Do those have metal in them, like a magnet would stick to it?
Oh yeah.
It's all metal.
It's all metal?
It looks all metal.
Well, it looks like metal, yeah.
The smaller one looked like they use it to make Cylons.
It's heavy metal. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
This thing is just beautiful from every single direction. Yeah, so I kind of upgraded from I don't even know what that is, 100 gram or 150 gram to this one. And I'm super, super pumped.
Nice regmaglyphs.
Yeah, it's regmaglyph all over. Oh man, I got me a nice little rum and coke going on here.
Campo cocktail.
Yeah. So let me turn off the spotlight there. So that's my my new acquisition for myself. So what's funny is this one actually fits inside one of the large regmaglyphs on that one. Yeah. So and it's neat to see the different patinas on them. You can definitely tell that this one has had a lot more work done on the outside as far as wire brushing to make it nice and shiny like that. And I do know the provenance of that piece. The previous collector had it for about 20 years in his collection. So I'm really happy to get that one. And I know it's going to be stable and beautiful for years. Besides that, he has other ones that are larger, and couldn't afford those, but wanted them real badly. So you know anyone who wants a massively beautiful compo that's museum quality like that one? Oh, Chris Monk? All right. I'll put you in touch. Does anyone have something they want to show off or bring out?
We want to do a toast. Birthday
toast?
Mm-hmm.
My beautiful wife.
Oh, you would like me to make it? I was like hoping one of the guys to jump in, but well, it's plain to see you're already nerding out on the meteorites. We couldn't even get the toast in, and you were already like 10 feet ahead, just like already talking about the rocks. I'm like, okay. But just wanted to wish you a 50th birthday, and got a few faces from the blast from the past, because you get kind of caught up in your little your passion, and you need to see your friends more. So oops, low battery. So yeah, just wanted to get a few of us together, wish you a happy birthday. And I even told them it'll be really short because he has an agenda that he's going to want to get through, because there's never enough time.
Well, I'm usually well in control and I moderate it very well, but I saw all these faces and I'm like, what in the world is happening? I let me just start autopilot and go. But thanks to all my friends, meteorite and non-meteorite friends. I appreciate each and every one of you greatly. Thank you for being here today.
Here's happy birthday.
Happy 50th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Topher.
Happy birthday, Topher. Birthday. Thanks, Sue.
Your sister wanted to be here, but she said, unfortunately, I'll be on vacation in Mexico that day. I'm like, that's not unfortunately. So Sandy and Dave say happy birthday and hi.
I love you, Sandy. Thank you so much. Yeah, this has been a real treat. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you putting this together and making my office look so good. Most of my decorating is about throwing rocks on top of the shelves, and that's about it. I clean away all the week's junk, and then I put my meteorites out for the show. So every Wednesday I clean my office a little bit, thanks to you guys. This is really, really super cool. I'm having a blast. I see a hand up with Cameron. You want to share something, bud?
Yeah, well, first things first, get my own toast. Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see. I need to push that button. All right, so first things first, I have I haven't quite fallen down the rabbit hole as far as Michael Kelly, but when he finds something cool, he graciously manages to find more than one. So he got me a piece of 13400, the CL 3.9.
So the CL is a brand new classification.
Yepper.
Well, and you know how Michael Kelly's trying to fill in those type,
Yeah.
the subtypes. So now of course, I have way more holes in mine, and I doubt I'll ever get as close as he has. But
Cameron, is that a carbonaceous chondrite?
yes, I believe so.
Okay.
The C
With the CL.
Yeah.
Oh, CL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So, as you probably know, Michael Kelly and I also share a birthday, and Marissa Fanaday brought out her, and I looked it up. I watched YouTube videos, and I have practiced. All right. And now, if they pronounce it differently over in L'Aigle, France, then whatever. Okay. Short of calling the post office and asking them. All right. So
that's a witnessed French fall from like 1700 and something.
This is the hold my beer meteorite. This is the meteorite that was like, okay, we're gonna make sure everybody knows that rocks fall from space.
Yeah.
So we rained down in the middle of town in the middle of the day. So yeah, Martin Goff put this up on eBay, and I had to snatch it up because what better excuse than I have a birthday coming up. And then of course, Pierre, like 3 days later, this lists that. So
now you have an extra one.
Well, yeah, now this is the biggest one I have. Yeah, I just sent Jody the link. I was like, all right, instead of just having a discussion about which one I'm getting, you just surprised me. So that is now probably my last piece of Legel, unless I run across an individual and just decide not to retire.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad the Eagle has landed, because I remember in Tucson with you, man, that's like all you wanted. Everywhere we went, we would walk in, that was the first thing he'd ask for. So it's super cool that you were able to get yours. Talking about birthday stones, there's 5 documented meteorites to fall on my birthday. 2 of them are unobtainium. One of them, it fell in Botswana, and it looks like it was an HED. It looked like a camel donga, a really, really glossy, nice thin fusion crust with flow lines in it. But I think there's only like 8 pieces or 23 pieces or something like that collected. So I really doubt I'm going to get my Botswana fall. But I do have some other ones that are old.
Like you.
Oh my God. Wow. This one,
shit, you're old.
dude, you're near death. This is Bushoff.
Oh
This
man.
is, a German. No, I'm sorry, Latvian. It fell in 1863, and this is a beautiful piece because it has a nice side of crust on it.
Wow.
And I'm hoping my phone zooms in, but it doesn't. Some weeks it does, some weeks it doesn't. We never know why. But this is a really nice piece. And then in 1915, Mr. Cordelis fell, and this is an H5. This one fell in Java, and I have a little bit of crust on there as well.
Nice.
So from 1915, and then 1843, baby.
Utrecht. That's a big piece of Utrecht.
Yes, it is. I am super, super proud and happy of this one. And what's nice is when you put them all together, same provenance.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very
so that's super cool. And I do need to do this for a second. so we were just talking about another documented meteorite fall on June 2nd. It was actually a meteorite that I witnessed. I was laying in bed at 5:03 and I saw some light shine through my window. So I ran out there real quick and no one was out there, couldn't find anything. And later on, I found out that it was a meteorite. So it happened to be the first and only meteorite ever to fall on Apache-owned land, the Apache White River land. And so it was named, it's the only meteorite named in Apache language. It's Dichibiko Chionse Tsi, but for short it's Dichibiko. Dichibiko is the name of the town, and then Chionse Tsi in Apache means star stone. So it's named after the city that it fell near and sky stone. And it actually fell on land that's so important to the Apache people that they don't even tread on this land. So for them to allow ASU to come on and collect a few pieces was really super cool of them. And they really have no interest in going back and gathering the rest of them, which I think is a little bit on the sad side. I have a video that is all about the fall. It's about 2.5 minutes. Would you guys like to see it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this is a little video I put together that talks about the Chibiko Chionse Tsi. Up in the far left corner, you see Dr. Lawrence Garvey. He's the curator of ASU's meteorite collection in the Center for Meteorite Studies. He's a great all-around gentleman and really love his passion for meteorites. He did a behind-the-scenes video for us inside ASU's meteorite vault. It's about a 2-hour video where he grabs every single meteorite we want him to grab, and he's telling stories and going off on tangents. It's the video I'm most proud of, so I'd like you to guys go seek that out. On the far left, on the far right is Ruben Garcia. Mr. Meteorite. He's a pretty well-known meteorite hunter.
Last summer, we were really fortunate. We had a meteor come into the Earth's atmosphere above Arizona, and we were fortunate enough to be given permission to go and search. And even better, we actually found some samples. Here's one of the meteorites, this little black fused encrusted stone here. Now we've just finished the scientific analysis of this material, and we've actually got a name for this stone as well. This is one of the most exciting pieces that we have. The shortened name that we have is Dichibiko. That is the traditional Apache name for the town of Sibiku, close to where this meteorite was found. The English name for this stone is Sibiku Starstone. We've just finished the initial scientific analysis of Dichibiko, and it turns out there's some really unusual features in this meteorite that we don't yet understand. And this is where the future scientific analysis is going to take place. But one of the most astonishing features, if you look at the structure inside, and these stones are really, really fragile, it looks like somebody has taken this rock, crushed it in a pestle and mortar, and then just gently squeezed it back together. How did that structure form? And that's something that we still need to work out.
Nice bright flash on that one.
Looks like my neighborhood too. But this is all the documentation, and it fell actually on the side of a mountain, which made it a little bit harder to recover.
That disrupted a few times there.
Yeah. I was actually fortunate enough to be able to hold the samples. Not a chance in hell I'll ever be able to own a piece of it, but that's as close as I was able to get, and I was really thankful for that opportunity. So all of that meteorite now is currently, what was recovered is currently on loan from the Apache tribe at ASU. And you can see it if you go to the center, they have it on display there. We got John Higgins joining us. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Do we have anything else that people would like to show off at all? Well, I'll tell you what, I have some stuff that I can show real quick. So this is a piece of NWA 13855. I'm one of the main mast holders of it, along with Juan Vilas. And this one has been stabilized and etched, as you can tell. It's got a beautiful Widmanstätten pattern on it. I believe this is a 1AB, if I'm remembering correctly. But remember last week on the Hangout, I showed you pieces that I'm having Ron Metris work on for me. All of these cracks in here were just full of rust, and the rust was all coming out. This is what it's going to look like when they're done. So I just wanted to show off how beautiful it actually is, because when I get the pieces back from Ron, they'll be just as beautiful. And actually, one of them is going to be given as a gift, a prize, basically. For last week, we did a little bit of a fundraiser for our friend Daniel Shake, the PhD student in geosciences, moving to Portland, and we're doing a little GoFundMe for him. So for the first one who donated $500, I said I'd give away a 20-gram slice of that as the main mass holder. So I think it was Art Wagner, and I really appreciate your support doing that. That was really kind of you. So now we're checking in on the weekly segment of the eBay Faker of the Week. You can pause your screen and take a snapshot of this guy, but I guarantee you any money you spend with him is not going to be spent on a meteorite. Let's take a look what he's trying to sell. This, as you can see, he is claiming is Seracho, which is a beautiful palisite from Kenya. I'm hearing some laughing. Pat, maybe you can tell us why you're laughing.
Not very close. In fact, not very close at all. There's conchoidal fractures. It looks like a little hydrothermal quartz action perhaps there. And the clear evidence of metal or olivines. So
yes. So let's show you what, because I don't want to just bust on people. I also want to educate. So this is real Seracho that I bought from Kenya myself. I bought it from the Ministry of Mining. It came with Ministry of Mining paperwork and also full lab results. So if you're going to do meteorites, this is the way you do it. Okay. You either buy from a trusted source or you pay attention to what you're buying, because these, as you can see, appear to be half iron, half silicates, where his were 100% silicates. And now we're getting really ugly for him to call this Allende.
Oh my God.
That's criminal.
Allende basically is $20 to $25 a gram, roughly. It's a beautiful and famous carbonaceous fall from Mexico. And it does not look like this, my friends. It looks like this. Oh, Faker of the Week. It looks like this. So it's 100% different. So I want to make sure that when I'm going through and showing the fakers on eBay, that we're also showing you guys what to look for. Because this right here looks nothing like CAIs, which is what he's trying to pretend. Now, I'm not going to run through the whole gambit of this, but I do want to show you why I do what I do. This was sold $1,400.
Oh.
He has it listed. He has it listed as lunar impact melt breccia. I let him know there's only 5 lunar impact melt breccias that have been approved. Which one is this? He says, oh, it doesn't need to get approved, added to the meteorological bulletin. He gets his stuff tested, identified, does all the work, and then opts not to have them put on the Met Bull because it's his decision. Well, let me just give you a little bit of information. If it's not in the Met Bull, it doesn't exist. It seriously does. It's provisional. I'll give you an example. My friend Mark Lyon has an extremely rare and very expensive palisite. Its nicknamed is Tibet because it doesn't exist in the Met Bull. It exists. He has it. It's real. It's been documented, but it hasn't been through the Met Bull. So when you search on the Met Bull, it doesn't exist. So he can only list it as provisional. This guy is not doing that. And this is what he actually sold for $1,500 or $1,400. That's the moon.
Whoa.
And I don't understand why people are obsessed with sticking magnets to stuff, but the moon is not magnetic. So I really don't know what point you're trying to prove there, other than you're the faker of the week. So here's what the real meteorite looks like. I believe Matt Stream, this is your classification. This is NWA 13788. And this is the real deal. There's only 5 of these on the planet. So you're telling me if you had the 6th one, you paid to get all the testing done, but you just didn't submit the paperwork to the Met Bull to make yours official and make it 5 times more valuable? I'm at a loss to understand what you're getting at. This is listed as CK5, carbonaceous corunda material with 5 on the petrological grade. It's not. This is CK5. It has obvious fusion crust. It has an obvious different matrix, and it still has the chondrules.
Chondrules.
Oh, yeah. CK5. So as I alluded to earlier, we do have an active GoFundMe for our friend and partner of the channel and Knowledge Bolide member, Daniel Shake. So please freeze frame your screen now and donate if you feel so inclined. We definitely appreciate it. That being said, I have some hands up. So Bruiser in New York, let's check in on you.
Guys, happy birthday, Topher.
Thanks, bud.
So a couple new additions to my collection, and I think one of the things I need to get is probably a better camera, because one of these that's really interesting is not going to show up, but this should look familiar.
Oh,
wow.
Is that Pungar?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
That's a
from Roberto Vargas.
The metal is really interesting in that one.
Yeah, he sent me photos of like several different ones, and I was like, "This looks cool." Just like the little bit here and then down there, and it doesn't show well, but like it seems like there's a melt line right next to it.
Oh yeah, with the light flashed on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For those that don't know, Pungar is one of the most recent witness falls. It happened in Indonesia, and someone correct me. It's an H5 melt, I believe, and I think it's the only witnessed H5 melt ever.
H7.
H7.
Rare type.
Yeah. Extremely rare type, and oh wow, 10.2 grams. You did well.
Yeah.
Main mass. Yeah, Roberto Vargas is definitely a friend of the Knowledge Bolide crew, and he and Mark Lyon went in. I guess they had the main mass together. So it was a treat to see that in Tucson myself. Did you have something else?
Yeah, I got a couple other things.
Awesome.
One which, well, actually, I'm not sure how either one. So what? This was a little gift. This is Los Vientos,
Ooh.
which is
Nice.
no, there's no number. I don't think it's been completed yet. This came from Shun Yang. So this is, I had bought something else, and this is, he included with it. This is an H3 chondrite, but I don't think it's been, fully classified yet.
I wonder what it's going to be, because it looks like it has some good metal in there.
Yeah, well, he's got it as an H3 chondrite, but I don't know, like the naming is Los Vientos XXX. So, but what I had gotten from him, and this is the only one that I have of this, and I was worried that I didn't think this was going to show up too well, because it's barely shows well.
Is that an end cut?
No, it's not an end cut. It's been cut into. I wish.
I can't make out what that is.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. It is actually an angrite.
Ooh.
NWA 12822.
Wow.
Yeah, so he put a piece of had a couple of pieces that were up on eBay. I was like, I don't have one of those.
Wow. Angrites are extremely rare.
You do now.
So yeah, that there goes that checkbox.
Yeah, wow. And angrites are not put it this way, you pay for their scarcity.
Yeah. And this is interesting. It's there's I need a microscope, but there's a tiny red crystal in this little slice. But it's really tiny. So I really need to get a good microscope hooked up.
Damian from Croatia put up a picture earlier of a red crystal in a meteorite, and it looked like a halite crystal or something like that. And we all know he does tremendous photography. So I asked him for a birthday present of a video of that meteorite. So hopefully he'll oblige. He said he was going to make a video anyway for us. So Marissa has had her hand up for a little bit. Let's check in with her. Hello, Marissa.
Hey guys, happy birthday, Topher.
Thank you.
So I've got this baby, one of my pride and joys.
Ooh.
It is very special to me because it was a very amazing gift. I won't say from who, but they asked me if I had any Ohio meteorites.
Ooh.
This is New Concord.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Yeah, 2.2 grams. I was pretty amazed by that. I was expecting a crumb, honestly.
A Mike Kelly micro.
Yeah.
Wow. How far away is New Concord from where you are?
About maybe 3 hours.
Wow.
It's a bit far away. I know it's way down south of me, and so it would take a while for me to get there. And I wish I could go down where they still have some of the meteorites that were found, but up in Cleveland, in the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, they have a giant slice of it.
Cool. This is a really historic one too, 1860.
Oh yeah, and there were some reports that it struck and hit and killed a horse, I think. But I don't know if that was ever proven or not. And the person that gave this to me also gave me a whole packet of just nothing but information and articles and stuff on the fall. So I had all of this historical knowledge with it.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah. And that's what
And-
completes the package.
Yeah, that backstory is really important.
And then this is my other piece. This is my 29-gram piece of white quartz.
Ooh,
wow.
nice.
That's a big piece of white quartz.
Yeah, I had to buy it and jump on it once I saw it. And of course, yes, it came with the permits, so it's totally legal.
Cool.
I loved these teeth marks and all of these. I mean, talk about shrapnel.
Yeah, that's a witness to incredible forces to rip apart a solid piece of metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you could use this thing as a weapon.
Let's hope it never comes to that.
Hopefully not.
Wow. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for today.
Beautiful patina on that one too, Marissa.
Very nice.
Thank you for sharing. This is my white quart. Let me see if it will focus. Yeah, this is one of my white quartz, but I don't know if I like the rust on it. I'm trying to abate the rust a little bit. Not really an iron guy, so I don't know really how to care for it the best. I put a little bit of gun oil on it a while ago and put it in a baggie and left it there for like 3 months.
Does that have flow lines?
No, most white quartz and most shrapnel won't have flow lines. Sacote will sometimes if it broke up early enough in the flight. But yeah, you could use this as a can opener or a weapon. So, I was gonna throw it to Pat, but then he walked out of the room. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Love the shirt.
Thank you. Got to fly the flag. So I had, since we were just talking about shrapnel and such, and flow lines. Yeah, it'll show.
Yeah.
This
and
is
a little hole.
Of
Where's your microphone?
Right here. This is a piece of Sacotaline, and it shows some organized scrape marks. Certainly not flow lines, but you can see, you know, that they kind of radiate in one direction there.
Yeah.
But a while back we were talking about Campo Di Cielo, and I have a couple of outreach meteorites that I use. This one is a Campo of 3.43 kilos, and has some regmaglyphs, and then the really deep pits are where sulfites or something is weathered out of them. But the meteorite, the meteorite that I use it with is this one, and this is a type L ordinary chondrite. But these things have basically the same volume, but considerable difference in mass, about a 2x difference in mass. And I had never looked at this one in reflected cross-polarized light until just now.
Wow.
And guess what? It's full of chondrules.
Yeah, done it again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's that red thing on
the colors are a little funky.
Yeah.
That's a rusty spot.
Yeah,
A little
okay.
funky because of the combination of reflector cross polarized and
Some killer fusion crust.
yeah, this one has some nice crust, and this was a really low cost meteorite that I got many years ago, but it actually has some pretty decent ragmaglyphs on it as well. But it's a nice one for outreach because it's got some heft to it, and then comparing the nickel iron meteorite with the ordinary chondrite is also interesting. And then we talked about Libyan desert glass a while back, and my piece of desert glass was MIA.
Holy cow!
That's nice.
This one is, back in the day, Libyan desert glass was very inexpensive. So this was a Tucson find. I don't remember what I gave for it, but it wasn't all that much. But this side, and it's not really showing that well. Maybe I got too much light. This side shows the vent effects. It's a little bit. And then the other side is the natural side that has the very rough surface that hasn't been sculpted by the wind.
Any inclusions?
I have not found any significant inclusions in this one, other than the normal pseudomorphs of quartz, the high pressure pseudomorphs, but no significant colored inclusions on this one.
Nice, very nice.
There you can see the wind sculpting. Okay, that was what I had. Topher, back to you.
That's got to be several hundred grams.
The LDG. I'll put it on the scale.
That's a really big, nice one, man. Yeah, and I've seen some of them that have a bunch of sand impacted in them that make them look brownish. That's nice and creamy. Hey, Matt Stream talking about creamy. Let's go to Chris Monk.
So we were talking a little bit about the white quartz, and I had actually received these from you, Topher, as a gift on one of my orders. And I don't know if you remember that shrapnel that you had, but it was very rusty, and I cleaned it up a little bit, not perfect, but it still has the patina and a little bit of rust. But
when you say you cleaned it up, what process did you use?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get kicked out of the group. So honestly, what I did was I just soaked it in WD-40 overnight. And then I took a toothbrush to it. And then I soaked it in WD-40 again. And then I took a toothbrush to it again. I just wanted to get some of the crusty grease off of it, or the rust off of it. I didn't really want to get it bright and shiny. I just wanted to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks good. That I don't think there's any problem with doing that, as long as it's obvious. It's an obvious statement, but as long as you're not going to be bringing it in for classification or any scientific work, or if anyone down the road plans on doing anything scientific with it. If it's just purely a collection piece, then I wouldn't worry about any contamination with WD-40.
Yeah, no, this is just my own personal pieces.
WD-40 is almost entirely kerosene with a couple tenths of a % of oil, and so it really is pretty benign.
Oh, good. Well, maybe I'll take your advice and put my I almost said winch cone. Wow, don't I wish? my white quartz. God, I wish I had some winch cone.
Yeah, but don't use WD-40 on that. That'd be bad.
You have a little mud pile. Oh, dude, that shirt looks good on you, Matt.
Thank you. I love it. Happy birthday, Topher.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, bud. Let's check out Mike Kelly.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, happy birthday, Topher.
Thank
You
man.
you showed off that nice big slice of the IAB, so I figured I'd follow it up with some little IABs, but some special little ones. So let's see here. So all these, so that one you got, I believe, is an IAB main group. These are all of the subgroups, or not all of them, the ones that I've gotten so far. I can't really wait for all of them because some of these are really hard. So with the 1ABs, if it's not a main group or an ungrouped, it'll have an S and then a series of L's and H's. And so what happens with the subgroups in the IABs, the 1ABs, is they break them down, and that first L or H will stand for how much gold is in it. And then the second L, M, or H will tell you how much nickel content is in there. So they have a breakdown by that. So you can see this one is an IAB SLL. So it's low in gold and it's low in nickel content compared to a bunch of the other ones.
I never knew what that
Interesting.
meant.
Wow.
So yeah, I figured people would be interested in why it is what it is. So this is Shrewsbury. This is all oxides. This is crust that came off an iron piece that was cleaned up. But that's so those are 2 of the 15 SLLs, and these are a couple of the ungrouped ones. So ungroups, they couldn't put them in there. So besides the main groups, you have the ungroups. Then you have a bunch of duos and trios and a bunch of singletons out there. So, and then, so there's 5 total subgroups. I got 2 of them so far, the SLL and the SLH. So this is Tazewell, and there's only 5 of these out there total in that subgroup. So again, low in the gold and high in the nickel.
I never knew what that meant, man. I'm so glad to have you here.
I got 2 gremlins here who also would like to show you some random meteorites.
Hey
So here's
there.
random meteorite of the day number 1. Say hi. Hello. It's Topher's birthday. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hello.
Hi there. Thank you.
Birthday.
You got something to show? Show something off real quick. No, I guess you only get to see one out of their collections.
Okay, awesome. As always, we love having the younger crowd join us, the future collectors, as it were.
So this is a pretty large slice. I mean, you can see, I'll put a cube next to it so you can see the size of it. This was a slice that Topher had sent to me to see if I could polish up. He can attest to how kind of jacked up it was. It had huge saw marks and this big lip right here on the bottom that probably stuck out.
It was
an eighth of an inch.
It was a
self-standing
slice.
You could almost stand this thing up, but some cool. I honestly, when he sent this to me, I was sitting here looking at it and I was going, I don't think this is a meteorite. It had, so some of these metal flakes like this one right here was oxidized in a way that it made it look like pyrite. And so I was like, I have never seen a meteorite with pyrite in it. But then once I started polishing it down, and I think this is the side, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look right here, let me get it. See, it's a huge armored chondrule.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of chondrules in there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one.
Yeah, there's some green like chondrules. They're not quite chondrules, maybe they're CAIs, but there's some cool color stuff in here. There's different lithographies. You can see here where it transitions almost from like a melt into something weathered. I don't know exactly what it was, but I mean, it just almost looks like a universe in there as you see these patterns of green and just big chondrules and stuff in there.
Space.
I was very excited once I started getting it polished.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting piece. It's I would call that brecciated, and yeah, in the end nearest your hand, that really does look like melt because the metal is modified, moved around. Well, no, though there's little flakes in there too.
Yeah, there's little flakes, and some of them are some big blobs, but
the blobs, do they look kind of not super shiny, but a little dark metallic looking, like maybe they're iron sulfite?
no, they're definitely, I mean, when you see it in the right light, they're almost mirror.
Okay. That's a really interesting one.
Right there's another little armored chondrule.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Definitely
is a very weird looking piece. I'm looking at it, and it's like even that the crack. Why is the crack brown, but around it it's dark?
You know, that's probably a weathering effect, and probably some caliche that made its way down into the crack too.
Okay.
Well, and you can, I mean, it definitely has a lot of metal in it.
Okay. So,
and I can almost.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
it's got quite a bit of metal on it.
So maybe H5-ish.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I'll tell you what, it looks night and day different than when I sent it to you.
Oh, kidding.
Yeah, I think Oz, don't you have a slice that looks similar to of this stuff?
No, I have the chunk of H you sold me, but it doesn't look quite like that.
Okay.
It's a little more homogeneous.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That was actually sent from Mufasta as part of my Arachidia 004 purchase. So yeah, it's nice to get it in the hands of someone who has a larger lap that can work on it and shine it up. Is Pat set up for the UV?
I'm getting closer.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at an iron real quick. Does anyone want to take a guess? Flip it over as quick as I can. It's from Australia.
Cool.
Looking at Mundrabilla.
Ooh.
I was going to say Mundrabilla, but it was too clean.
It's still a IAB, but this is an ungrouped, and it's only wafer thin. Like,
wow.
Seriously.
Wow. Somebody was very confident cutting that one.
Yeah. I mean, like, did you not? You can actually shave
no waste there.
But that is a beautiful meteorite. And when you zoom in, you see more and more and more.
Yeah. That's beautiful under the microscope.
This is another one that I can't afford much of, which is why I have 3 or 4 small pieces rather than a nice big one. Campo Di Cielo from Peru. And it is a 3AB. I don't know what that 0M stands for, but if you take a look at these, you'll find they have a really, really fine pattern to them. Let me see if I can get it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is a little bit more of an expensive meteorite. I would love to get a nice sample of this, a nice slice of it.
Oh, yeah.
But if I remember correctly, this is like $40 a gram.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be going off and getting a slab of this. Plus, with a macro lens, I can make it look huge, I guess. I have to settle for macro lens. but that's my Tembo Kamado. I have to work on that one.
Hey, Topher.
Yep.
The OM is telling you the size of the grain structure in there. So OMs are like medium octahedrites.
OM is what?
It's a medium octahedrate. So the size of the crystals. There's
Okay,
like
so
OM, there's like OGG. There's a series of different like O and then a second letter or third letter that tells you how big the bandwidth is. That's all it is.
See, I knew we kept you around for a reason. I'm finally figuring it out.
Well, somebody's got to hoover up all the tiny meteorites in the market.
Nice. Ooh, we got Jules wanting to share something. Let's see. You turn on your camera, I'll go right to you.
Okay, there's my face. I'm not sure how to turn it around. There we go. That's not my face. Oh boy. I didn't want to do this because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. And obviously I'm, going the opposite direction. Yeah,
great.
Can't really see it very well. Sorry.
No, it's good.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Oh, boy. What?
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's a Ukraine.
No, it's not. It's NWA 12520. It's a LL6 impact melt breccia. I don't know how to say that word, so sorry.
Right.
I had gotten it from pullinmet.com. Marcin, I don't know how to say his name.
Marcin, yeah, Marcin Simila.
Yes. And this is an end piece. It's 66.45 grams. I pull it out every week and I chicken out every single time. Every time I chicken out. So anyhow, here is another piece of the
gorgeous,
exact,
by the way.
Thank you. The exact same meteorite. I like seeing what's on the end and what's kind of towards the middle, I guess.
That is super brecciated.
Yes. Wow, this sucks. Sorry. I didn't want to show stuff if it sucks.
It looks fine.
Right? This
What
one
is
I got
the
from
number
Topher.
again?
The first one was the NWA 12520. And this one is a Ukraite that I got from Topher. It's a Polymec breccia NWA 11704. And this one led me to the other one. I guess.
Cool.
I like breccias. And then just one more, and I will get a better setup because this does suck. This one I'd bought from Topher. This was one of my first meteorites I ever bought, in a few of them from Topher. I finally cut it just the other day. I tried to make it so I didn't. God, this sucks. Sorry. Wow. Okay, this is why I don't do live. Why I don't do live. I'm just gonna record stuff from now on because this is horrible.
No.
But I like to have the thumbprints, rigmaglyphs in it, even though it's super blurry. And then I didn't want to slice it. I just wanted to cut it open to see what was inside because it was actually a whole stone. And
nice.
Wow, a lot of metal in that one.
Yeah. I love the metal, but I do love seeing more of the detail, which you cannot see.
Ooh.
It's got a little.
But it has a lot of metal. It's one of my favorite ones whole. So I had a hard time. It took me since December to think about cutting it. December last year. Yeah, it took that long, and I just cut it the other day. and then I put it in the dehydrator overnight, right away, cut it in distilled water, and this is what it turned out. But I'm not gonna do slices because I just really like the way it is,
Yeah,
So
that is
that's all.
beautiful.
Cool.
That is beautiful. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you decided to cut it and it was as gorgeous on the inside as it was the outside.
So was I. I cut 2 more. I'm not going to show those. And then I need more to cut. So just saying. Just expect it. That's hearing from me. I need more. I only have 2 left that are prepared to cut. And
There's layaway.
I got
yeah, no doubt.
I do
No doubt.
layaway. I'll take plasma.
You'll be hearing from me not today because it's your birthday. Happy birthday. You guys spend it with your wife, but at some point I do need you to pull out some meteorites for me to purchase so I can cut them open because it's fun. It's a surprise every time. Every time it's awesome.
I actually have some breccia. It's a Eucrite breccia melt that you are going to. I'll show it to you, and you're going to want to cut it. I guarantee
I'll probably die. Yeah,
I guarantee it's beautiful on the inside. Nice. Well, I'm so glad you joined us, and you know your setup works better than most, so don't worry about it.
Yes.
True. Let's check out.
Thank you.
Brown.
Okay, so unfortunately, the small CCD and CMOS sensors in phones and in this little document camera get saturated really easily with things that fluoresce. But this is a Norton County, and it's got a number hand painted on it.
Wow.
And this one was specially selected by Topher for its fluorescence. And if like that, you can see the fluorescence.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hunting a little bit for focus, and it saturates super easily, but it's very beautiful. And the fluorescent parts are not just one big blob. They're a bunch of small crystals with really well-defined edges that are really beautiful under the microscope. And you know, it's just like life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. With the UV light in my hand. By the way, this is a 365 nanometer long wave UV light with a filter on it. But I have this piece of Libyan desert glass in my hand, and I shone the light on it, and it's got some orange fluorescent bits in it, including one little bit that is down inside the rock. So
super fluorescent.
Yeah. So now some of what you're seeing there is a little bit of the purple visible light that is emitted by
UV light.
By the light, but there you can see the orange fluorescent bits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And those could well be caliche, because caliche does fluoresce. But yeah, that was actually a little better than I thought it would be. And if I can get back over here and change cameras real quick. We'll do the first ever on the Hangout. Guess the weight and win some crap. So this is that piece of Libyan desert glass, and I'll hold it.
429 grams.
Scale cube up. That's a 1 centimeter scale cube. And so everybody insert your guess in the chat, and when Topher decides it's time, we'll reveal the weight. Thank you, Topher.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Let me see. Remove spotlight. Perfect. Yeah. So I put in my guess. It's hard because usually we're dealing with meteorites, and as was brought out earlier, the same size meteorite, whether it's a chondrite or an iron, obviously there's a big difference. And then when you get really finite about it, an LL versus an H, you can tell the difference sometimes in your hand. So this is the first time we've done one with Libyan desert glass, so pretty exciting. Let me hit pause for 1 second. All right, it is an exciting time for me because we're checking in with Ron Metchis. And Ron is working on some of my iron pieces. So if I can find his camera, there it is.
Yeah,
I'm going to
okay.
highlight Ron.
Okay. So I've been trying to get my camera phone to work, and unfortunately, the thing's stubborn. So I'm going to have to work with my regular camera to set up a little bit. Watch one with somebody else until I get this set up. It's going to take me a minute.
So Ron is working on some irons for me, and I showed you a Gibeon. It's a over a kilo Gibeon, really, really thick slice. It's got two, it's got two surfaces on it. And I tried to etch it and really got piss poor results. Ended up more like acid burning than acid etching it. And then I realized all my acid was like 2 years of fire. So it was quite a debacle. But I sent the piece over to Ron to see if he could work on it, and we're going to check in with him as far as the how he's able to work on it. But from what I gather, this may be one of those unetchable pieces. I've been told that every once in a while, and again, I'm going off on a ledge here. I don't know how accurate this is, but I was told that every once in a while, a meteorite like Gibeon that could produce a very beautiful pattern gets heated too much, and the pattern is ruined. It won't etch very well. So I don't know how true that is or not, but this piece seems to be unetchable. Pat, have you ever heard of an iron that just will not etch?
So this is far from my area of expertise, but I have heard of people having difficulties etching particular irons, and the heating to destroy the Widmanstätten pattern has to be pretty extreme. So that you know as much as I do.
Okay, good. We're equally uneducated.
Yeah, I think I'm almost ready here.
Okay, I spotlighted you.
Okay, so what I've done, Topher sent me a Gibeon, which is a very nice piece. It's nice and thick. It's cut on two sides. And I have it sitting in 99% isopropyl right now, because what happened is, I took it, I sanded the surface down by hand to a 3000 grit, got it nice and, almost a mirror finish, a little uneven on the surface. And I etched it with ferric chloride, okay? And the etch came out pretty good. I can't show a lot of detail here, but you see, when he sends me, it was all burned and cloudy. See, it's fairly clear right now on both sides. But when I started to take the, I put on the neutralizer to neutralize the acid, it came up cloudy again. So I let it sit in the alcohol for about a week, and for some reason the alcohol turned orange. I think that's the ferric chloride leaching out of the piece. I cleaned it very carefully with distilled water and alcohol, the whole bit. And there's a crack right down here. You can see that. And I think the ferric chloride was actually absorbed into the crack. There's another crack over here. Anyway, so I do have some of the Widmanstätten patterns showing. It's a very fine pattern. The crack extends all the way through the rock. And there's a piece right here that looks like it may separate someday. It's cracked all the way through, but it's on there now. So I got the Woodman-Sutton pattern showing pretty good, but I don't think my chemicals are either powerful enough, using ferric chloride. I was considering using nitol, which I don't have. It's little, you got to, even Amazon stopped carrying it. They don't sell it anymore. So it is looking better. It's not cloudy. So Topher, my question is, do you want this back in its current state? I can put a thin coat of some kind of preservative, that clear coat sealant that I use on it. But this is about as good as I can get it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Given what I have to work with, my chemicals. Now, I had another, okay, you want to talk about the other one, the NWA?
Yeah, please.
Okay, I've got that here also. Now, I've got this sitting in an old pie pan because I'm using alcohol. I don't want to get on my desk. So I'm keeping this covered up so the alcohol doesn't evaporate.
And it's also very good to keep it covered because it'll suck moisture out of the air.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I've had alcohol take up enough moisture that it actually starts rusting the meteorite again.
Yeah, I know that. So I keep everything all nice and covered up.
Yeah.
So this is one of the pieces that Topher sent me that had a lot of rust. Now I put it through my electrolysis tank and got it all derusted. It came out beautiful. Here's the piece right there. And now I've put this through the acid etch 2 times. I'll explain why. So the first time I did it my standard job. I etched it, and I used the neutralizer to neutralize the acid, and then I put it into some distilled water and then into an alcohol bath. Well, I have 5 pieces. So I did them all in a row. Didn't take more than about 6 minutes because it only takes maybe half a minute to etch one of these things. By the time I did the first one, by the time I got to the last one, the first one was already starting to not rust, but it developed some kind of a haze on it. It was that fast. So I tried taking some real fine steel wool and taking it off, and then it took all the etch off. So I again polished it back to about a 3000 grit, got a nice, fairly smooth finish on it. Because I don't have machines, I have to do these by hand, so it's not perfect. So this is the second etch. As you can see, it came out very nice. It looks like a beautiful etch compared to what it was. But if I let this out actually after I sanded it the second time, I let it sit out and it didn't develop that haze anymore. So tomorrow I'm going to put this into an oven, dry it out. I started with just a heat gun, kind of drying it out. So tomorrow I'm going to put it for an hour or 2 in the oven to get any water and alcohol that's left in the cracks there in the grains. And I'm going to just do one of them, see how it comes out. Based on that, I'll do the other 4.
Okay.
So I'm having some real issues with this batch of meteorites. These are really problems. So
I'm really sorry that you're having such a difficult time, but I will tell you that slice looks sexy right now.
Oh, it does look sexy.
The etch on that one is
so what I did is I videotaped each one as I etched it, and they came out absolutely beautiful. It just went like clockwork. But I set them down. I had a terracloth towel sitting on my workbench, so I didn't have any contamination of anything else. It's just a general workbench in my garage. But by the time I got to the 5th one, the first one's already starting to show signs of this discoloration. And I could not stop it. So the only way I could do it was to stick it in the alcohol and let it sit for, the Gibeon let it sit for a week, and the alcohol turned orange, literally, and orange patina to it. So I know there's something going on inside there.
Yeah. I was having a trouble, like it was just getting acid burned.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what happened to me. You saw the photos I sent you.
Yeah.
And that was after just a quick etch, maybe 2 minutes, and I put on the neutralizer, and it just looked like the day you sent it to me. It looks a lot cleaner now. I re-sanded it, re-etched it, and it looks much better. But I'm a little gun shy right now, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with this stuff.
Well, the good thing about it is at least it's not your meteorite.
No, that's the good part. If I had spent money on this, I'd be a little upset. But it's a beautiful piece. I mean, no, the piece itself is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice, clear, very distinct medium octahedrite pattern. It kind of looks like my Marsabit, the one I have up on the wall there. I showed a month or two ago, and it's so tomorrow will be the proof of the pudding. I'll dry it out. I'll hit it with the clear coat, and we'll see how it comes out. So so now you know where I'm at.
Super excited because it's not just a meteorite. It's not just a slice of Campo. It's actually, I'm a main mass specimen.
So
that's what makes it super cool. And I know you're doing your best and learning as you go. That's expected. I totally appreciate all the efforts, man. We got to buy you an orbital sander though, for sure.
You know what I back when I was a teenager, my late teens, I had an old Sears and Roebuck rock saw. It was a horizontal blade. They still use them these days. They're antiques. It was a really good saw. It came with a polishing wheel. I used to do, cabochons. I used to make all the jewelry and all the, bolo ties. And I used to get a really high polish with that thing. With anything, with agate and quartz and just I used to cut and polish rocks like crazy. So I wouldn't mind having something on that order. I'm probably going to get something someday, but I have to justify it. I can't just.
Well, I got a box of irons over here to help you justify it.
Well,
you may have heard I'm in the market for a new iron, man.
Yeah. I saw your post. Yeah, but what I need is actually a lapping wheel. Because the way I'm assuming the way Craig Lyman does it, he's got a professional lapping setup, which I'm strictly amateur stuff, but the lapping is what it's all about, getting everything nice and flat and shiny, and that's when you etch. Doing it by hand, it's okay, but it isn't up to the,
it's
it's not up to the Heisenberg level. Let me put it that way.
I know my limitations, and so there's some things I excel at, and there's other things I'm not good at. And meteorite etching is an art and a science. So I have the science part down, but not the art part.
Well, it's not that hard to do. You just got to know when to stop.
Well, I hope, Ron, I hope you're keeping notes. So we're going to look for a book from you on how to. You're the magic man.
Maybe someday. Actually today I had a good time. I actually did an outreach program over Zoom with my son's my grandson's fourth grade class this morning.
Awesome.
So they're keeping me busy. I was scheduled for 20 minutes and it ran 45 minutes and they still wanted to talk.
Yeah, nice.
The teacher had to cut it short, but I had a lot of fun this morning.
That's fantastic.
Great work, Ron.
I love getting the opportunity to do some outreach and do presentations for kids. So that'll be my last thing I'll say is if there's any educators out there who'd like to have a meteorite presentation for your class, you can get a hold of me. All my contact info is in the summary of every single video. And we are actually checking in with our last check-in for the day. If I could have the beautiful Sue Spinnato turn her camera on, I'd greatly appreciate it. See if she's listening to us. Oh, there she is.
You need to go to the door of your office.
All right. Hold on, let me remove the spotlight.
We need to adjust the camera. You're out of camera range.
There we go. Oh no.
You guys talk about meteorites so much, I kept relighting a new candle.
I actually have wax all over the ice cream.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, here's to another year of the Knowledge Bolide not missing a week.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday, Topher.
Happy birthday, Topher.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. We're gonna
Happy
sign
birthday,
off.
Topher.
I'd like to say something, you honey.
Compared to me.
What's that, babes?
I would like to say that I have a new appreciation for what you're doing because you know that I make videos all the time but I don't do them live. I kept having little catastrophes, and I thought I could never do this on a weekly basis ever.
It is a little overwhelming when I think about it every once in a while, like producing an hour-and-a-half TV show once a week. But it's the crew that makes it possible. It makes it fun. It makes me come back week after week, even on weeks when I don't feel like it. But I can't let the crew down, and I appreciate everyone's support. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate the birthday wishes.
All right. Have a good evening.
Hey.
Bye.
Have a good one, Topher.
Guys,
And
thanks.
the weight of the glass.
Happy birthday.
The weight of the glass
is 352.38 grams. The birthday boy was closest to the exact weight.
Fix.
To the victor go the spoil.
Did you show me your glass, honey?
Have a great day.
All right. Take it easy.
Have a great week.